Hey, greetings everyone. Lieutenant Colonel Alan West. I'm a candidate for the Republican nomination for the governor of Texas next year. You know, remember when we were kids and on Saturday morning after we got up and maybe did our chores or whatever, and we're sitting down and eating our bowl of cereal, having breakfast with the family, there was a little thing that came on ABC. Maybe y'all remember Schoolhouse Rock. The Schoolhouse Rock talked a lot about civics and getting us to understand different things like grammar and things of that nature. Wish we could have Schoolhouse Rock back, but then of course the left might take it and turn it into CRT Rock, but we don't want to go down that path. But I think it's really important that we have an opportunity to sit down and talk about what this primary process is, especially because it's going to be different with a redistricting year. Now, as you know by the Constitution, every 10 years we have to have a census that is taken so we can look at population shifts, and then we have to adjust our representative districts because America is a constitutional republic, but we do have a representative democracy. America is not a pure democracy. And so we elect individuals to go and be our voices at our respective level of governance. So with the census happening this year and the results coming in, and you know that Texas is picking up 2 new congressional districts, now the governor will have to call a special session so that they can figure out the reapportionment, the redesign of these districts to include the 2 new congressional districts. So chances are what's going to happen after they settle down with the redistricting plan and strategy that is voted on and is signed into law by the governor, you know who's going to show up. That's right, the Democrats and all of their lawyers. As a matter of fact, Mark Elias, who is the go-to gunslinger for the other side, I think they have about $400 million in the bank to challenge red states on their redistricting plans. So what would normally happen if this were not a redistricting cycle, you would see the primary for the Republican nomination for governor, and of course the Democrats, if they have some people that announced. To this point, no one has announced to run for governor for the Democrats. But that would normally be the first Tuesday in March of the election year, which would be 2022. But chances are with the legal challenges that will come along, as we saw 10 years ago, that primary contest will probably be pushed back into May, maybe May or even June of next year. And that is when you will have those individuals that are running for the Republican nomination on the ticket for the general election. That's when you make that decision. So basically in the primary, you're figuring out who's the gladiator that you want to send into the arena to fight against the progressive socialist left. And that's how I want you to see it. Who's the person that, as Theodore Roosevelt talked about, the man in the arena? Who's the person you want to send in there to do the battle against the progressive socialist left to make sure that Texas becomes a strong, constitutional, conservative state, that we pass our conservative legislative priorities, that we secure our border, that we do something about property taxes, that we make sure that we're not the #1 state for human and sex trafficking, that we ensure that our grid is strong, it is hardened, and we're prepared for any type of extreme weather situation. That's the decision that you will be making in the Republican primary for governor next year, probably in the May-June timeframe. So please continue to visit us at our website, westfortexas.com. But I thought it was just important that we have this little civics lesson so that you can understand what's coming forward. And just remember, it's a pleasure and an honor, it really is, to be in a position to run for the governor of the great state of Texas, the Lone Star State, the Lone Star that illuminates the other 49 on the American flag. God bless you. God bless Texas.